One, two, 1, 2. Where can we go to hide from you? You see every single thing we think, but even when our hearts were filled with sin, you gave your life for us. God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. We sin against you every single day. We don't want to give and we don't show grace. But even when we were so far from you, you gave your life for us. God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us.
Good. Want to join the band? Thought you'd never ask.
1, 2, 3. We should forgive when people hurt us because our Father has forgiven us. We should forgive our enemies because while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Joyful Awe Music God Song Jam Part 3. The next song we're going to sing is a song that will help you remember the order of the 66 books that make up the Bible. Before we start, I just want to teach you one part. Goes Genesis. Right. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. Come on, Mom, you do it too. Deuteronomy. John. There you go. All right. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth. First and Second Samuel, First and Second Kings, First Chronicles, Second Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Songs, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, and Amos, Obadiah. Now, are you ready to rock and roll? This is the 4 most rocking books in the whole Bible. It's Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk. Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk. Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk. Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts, Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1 Peter, 2 Peter, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, Jude, Revelation. The song we sang first, Sinner's Hoedown, and the song we're about to sing, Grateful Heart, tell the story that the Bible calls the gospel. The word gospel is the English translation of a Greek word, euangelion, which means good news. I'm going to take a couple minutes right now to tell you what that good news is, and we'll use words from the songs. The first line of Sinner's Hoedown is, where can we go to hide from you? You see every single thing we think. I took that idea from Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and 139. And that's kind of a crazy thought, right? Psalm 139 says, if I go high, he's there. If I go low, he's there. Wherever we go, he's there. So not only would God be the best hide and go seek player ever, he also knows what you're thinking. You can't even hide your thoughts. And the chorus of Sinner's Hoedown says, God showed his love for us in that while we are still sinners, Christ died for us. Those words are straight from Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts, Romans 5, verse 8. God knows all the good and the bad and the crazy things that we think and do, and he still came from heaven to earth to take the punishment that we deserve for those things. I have 3 kids, ages 3, 5, and 7. And as a parent, this type of love actually kind of makes sense to me. My kids are not perfect. Neither am I. They sometimes don't want to share. They sometimes yell at each other. They say poop way too often. And sometimes they try to be sneaky. One of my most funny but also kind of sad things is one time I was going upstairs because my daughter was like doing something really quiet and trying not to let us hear it, but we heard her. And so I walk up and she heard me coming up the stairs and dove headfirst into her bed and smacked her head on the headboard. And it was sad, but she was okay. So it was funny. But anyway, they be sneaky. They're bad. Everyone does bad stuff. Often, their sin makes me sad or frustrated, but I will always love them. No matter how much bad stuff they do, I will keep taking care of them and spending time with them. Always. That's just what it is to love someone. That's what it is to be a parent. And that's God, too. But he's way better at it than I am. He's the good Father. The song Grateful Heart starts by saying, "You have rescued us from the mouth of the father of lies." The father of lies is the devil, Satan. You might hear that line, "rescued us from his mouth," and maybe that's kind of a weird image, but here's where it comes from. The book of James, Hebrews, James, says that Satan is like a roaring lion waiting for someone to devour. And Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John says that false prophets who work for the devil are like wolves wearing sheep costumes. The devil is real, and he's trying to create chaos. John chapter 8 calls him the father of lies. Some of those lies that Satan tells us are that no one loves us, or that there's nothing special about us, or that we're bad, so we might as well just keep doing bad stuff. Colossians chapter 1, I can't think of the song right now. Colossians chapter 1, which is one of my favorite chapters in the whole Bible, says that even though God can see our sin, if we put our faith in him, he looks at us as if we're perfect. When we put our faith in him, we become his kids. We're adopted by him. He would look at this piece of paper, which is full of scribbles, which are our sins, and he looks at it and says, "Looks white to me." Just like I see the bad things my kids do. I see them. But it doesn't change how much I love them. They never stop being my children, so I never stop loving them. And that's the gospel. That's the good news. We deserve punishment for our sins. God is a just God, but he also loves us. So he came to the earth in the form of a man named Jesus and died and rose again to wipe our sin clean, so that everyone who puts their faith in Jesus will be his beloved children.
You've rescued us from the mouth of the father of lies. We are spotless, we are clothed in white in your eyes. And I just want you to know thankful I am. All glory and honor and praise be unto the Lamb. With a grateful heart, I lift my voice to you, my King. Won't you take this life? Won't you be my, oh my, everything? Oh yeah, yeah. In you is light, and that light cannot be overcome. We have been given the right to be your daughters and sons. And I just want you to know am. All glory and honor and praise be unto the Lamb. With a grateful heart, I lift my voice to you, my King. Won't you take this life? Won't you be my all, my everything? With a grateful heart, I lift my voice to you, my King. Won't you take this